What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me just fix my camera over here. Shout out to everybody that dropped a comment before this show started. Shout out to Fareed. He says, wow. Whoa, wow, crazy. Let's go, families. All of the goals. Got a couple of things to talk about today. One of the main thing somebody came into the chat yesterday. I forgot what it was. They basically said that Joe Biden had called LL Cool J a boy. I asked him to put some context to it for me because I had not personally myself heard it. So I've now went and personally heard it so we can have a conversation about this. Also, we're doing roll call at the 5 minute mark. Also, just so we can be clear, there is a poll up. You could go on our poll where we're actually asking the question. Go to the community tab on our YouTube channel, and you can go right into our community tab. We have a ton of polls in there sometimes. Go check them out, even if they're old polls. Go down there, leave some comments. But we have polls down there. I just put 3 polls up today. I expect to put a couple of more up a little bit later today, especially depending on what we speak on. So one of the things in which we put up a poll about was, did you think that this was something that was racist? I guess maybe what I might do is, go check out the poll, leave a comment, leave a vote. I want to know what you think. Do you think it was racist or not? Also, put it in the chat here, and we can have a whole conversation about this, and we can have a conversation about why you might think it is or isn't racist. So, just so we could, so I want to get to this because somebody brought this up yesterday, and I didn't know enough about it to have a conversation about it, but I thought it was interesting enough for me to look into it. Now that I went myself and actually heard the way that he said it, I can add my own context to it and how I have perceived it, knowing the things that Joe Biden has done politically and seeing the way in which he spoke about LL Cool J, and also taking into consideration how much he might or might not know about hip hop. I think we should also take that into consideration. But before the show starts, there is something that I wanted to say. I saw Whack 100 post something. Shout out to Whack 100. So what he posted was basically he doesn't hear anybody like speaking up for the baby. And I want to say something. So we had a conversation yesterday about Krishan Rock and Blueface. And I want y'all to understand. Don't have no misunderstanding about this. The conversation that we was having yesterday when we were speaking about how both of these parents are have fault in what's going on at the moment. Even Blueface is complaining about Krishan Rock. Krishan Rock is complaining about Blueface, but in reality, they both have fault in this particular situation. And by discussing that, one of the things in which we spoke about is that this lady she doesn't currently have much maternal skills. Her maternal instincts might not be there. So she might need some assistance. She might need some help. And we spoke about that yesterday. So I thought that was dope that Whack 100 is also on the same page. And is saying basically something similar to what we were saying the previous day. And that was that she needs some, no matter what might be or might not be going on, she needs some assistance. She needs some help over there because this is obviously not something that is innate in her or something that she's probably picked up through observation, I'm guessing. I mean, obviously she couldn't have picked that up through observation. She doesn't have it. So, thought that was interesting, just so we could be clear. So shout out to Whack 100 for that. Get that kid some help. I think people should just swallow their pride in this particular situation. And when I say people, I mean the current custodial parent specifically, and just go pay for some assistance. And Blueface pay for the assistance. That's where he could swallow the pride and be the person that just pay for the assistance. You understand? That's what I'm saying. That makes sense. If you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't, you don't. It's fine. But she needs immediate help. While they're figuring out whatever they're figuring out, how they're figuring out, however, whatever it is going to work. She needs immediate help. So they need to get her some kind of nanny. I think that's the way you go, right? So at least, no more damage is done to the child accidentally because of a person not necessarily having a developed maternal instinct yet. So, yeah, get the baby some help. With that being said, I was gonna do roll call. Only one person spoke, so I'm just gonna read a couple of his comments. He says, "Good morning." He's asking to get the lights up. He says yes to get her help quickly, and he's saying facts and exactly to a lot of stuff. If you do agree, you could also comment. If you don't, I mean, you don't have to. Also, if you do agree, you don't have to comment neither. You can do whatever you choose to do. Me encouraging you to do a thing isn't me telling you that you have to do a thing. I'm supposed to encourage. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, recently, Joe Biden is giving a speech, and for whatever the reason is, and I guess I have a how do you say? I guess I could figure out a reason why they would do this. I don't know why the actual reason why they did do this. I don't want to tell you that this is the reason why they did do this because I don't know. Obviously, I don't know these guys. But it would make sense for them to try to get in on this 50th of hip hop situation that they got going on. Shout out to the Art of D Glass dropping our cash app in the chat. He says, look, man, if you want to support this platform, if you want to push forward and help us do things over here, what you can do is you can pull up for the support in the PayPal and the cash app and the super chats. Yes, sir. So it would make sense for them to want to get in on the hip hop 50th anniversary type thing. That would just make sense. So one of the things that it seems they have done is got the President of the United States. This is not Obama, mind you. This is not even Trump, mind you. I'm laughing because remember when dude came out for Trump, Little Pump or whatever? What the fuck he called him? He called Little Pump Little Pimp or some shit like that. That first of all, the fact that he did that, right? And the fact that Biden did what Biden did actually says a lot about the two individuals. But that's a whole nother conversation for either later or another time because we're not there yet. At least not to my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you got, where you guys at. Nobody's commenting, so I have no idea. I have to assume that we're not there yet. In any regard, Joe Biden goes, and what Joe Biden does is Joe Biden first almost botches LL Cool J's name. You know, like you say it like that, like you don't know what the thing is that you're saying. So he didn't even know who LL Cool J was. He was just literally trying to read it off of a monitor, and he didn't understand that LL Cool J was a name. You understand? He didn't realize that that was a name. Y'all don't get it why he made the mistake. He a old nigga. He has no idea who these guys are. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's heard who LL Cool J is. But we all see this president. What makes you think that this president has it all? What makes you think that this president could recall memories? So, I need you, this is what I believe happened. I need you to understand what I believe happened. They have the earpiece in. He has somebody talking to him 9 times out of 10. They have the earpiece in, right? So it's not just cards. He's repeating what somebody is saying. You understand? That's what I believe is the deal. It's the situation. When they say LL Cool J, he don't know what the fuck that is. He doesn't know that's a name. Even if he read that on something, he doesn't know what the hell that is. What's that? So that's what I think happened. And then after he said LL Cool J, after that, everything after that was him trying to catch up for a mistake. The fact that he referred to him as boy instead of as a guy or a man is where we're talking about whether you think that whether that was racist or not. Because he made a legitimate mistake about something that he knows zero about. He doesn't know anything about hip hop. What do you think he knows about hip hop, fam? Just to be fair. Just to be fair. What do you think he knows about hip hop? So he made a legitimate error. He didn't know what the hell LL Cool J was. So when somebody said rapper, he probably thought he was a young guy. So he probably just called him boy off of the strength of that. He don't even know who. All of this could be racist. I want to know what you guys' opinion is. But what I think, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm just saying it is plausible. This is 100% plausible that this was all a mistake. When we got an earpiece in, they say LL Cool J. You don't know who LL Cool J is. The guy probably yelled rapper. Then he said boy. And the guy said, no, man. You don't think you got an earpiece in? You think that old man who can't remember shit is up there just winging it? You think he's up there winging it? You think that old dude eyes is good enough to read off of a monitor that's 20 feet away? How do you think he's getting his speech? How do you think he's getting his speech? You think he's legitimately reading off of the paper in front of him? There's not the speech isn't in front of him. Notes is in front of him. If you know, you know, you know. Notes are in front of him just in case he gets him. Like, you know, you make a mistake, you get him. You need to know a chart or a percentage of a thing. That's what's in front of him. His speech isn't in front of him. So how do you think he's getting the speech? You think he's just going verbatim? He doesn't even know what he said LL Cool J like he didn't even know what that was. You think he would have remembered to remember that? Oh, man. I know I just made a lot of people mad because they would have been like, it was racism. I don't think it was racism. You know I don't defend Democrats, man. I don't defend Republicans either for that in that regard. But you know I don't bullshit. I think that it might have been racism. Don't get this confused. But I think that there's more elements that could have just went wrong because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Then it was direct racism. It's just that we know who LL Cool J is. We know who he is. So when we see that mistake, we like, oh, that shit is racist. He called LGL Cool J a boy. But if he was talking about NBA Youngboy, we wouldn't think it was anything. If he was talking about any of these young rappers, nobody would have thought anything of it. He was talking about maybe even little Uzi Vert. Nobody would have thought anything of it. Travis Scott, nobody probably would have thought anything of it. So what I'm thinking happened is he said LL Cool J, the guy said he's a rapper. In his ear, they let him know he's a rapper. So he said boy, and then they said, no, he's a man. Oh, man, I think something like that probably happened, man. I don't think it was just racist, fam. I don't think it was racism. This is the thing about old folk. Could we just admit that old folk just sometimes say shit that sound racist, but it's not? A lot of people act like they don't got grandmothers and grandfathers, or just old people that they hang around. And they're not saying a thing that's racist, but they're from a different time. No, we're advanced and we're different now. We think different collectively as a society. Certain things are shunned that previously were applauded, or at least acknowledged as a thing that was credible and evidence of another thing that allowed for it to exist. But now, because of our, evolved sense of community or evolved sense of awareness, some people cause it an oversensitivity that now exists. Many things that previously were commonplace and was okay, now they're taboo. These are just facts. So if we're going to look at the situation unbiasedly, then we got to look at the situation not just as Joe Biden being a white man that's a president. Let's also pay attention to the fact that he's old as shit, and he probably shouldn't be the president in the first place because he's so old. So they're having the problems that you have when you put old people in front of a mic. That's it. That's all that's going on. Joe Biden is proving why he shouldn't be president in the first place. What up, Tooms? Salute. Joe Biden is proving why he should not be president in the first place. And it has so little to do with his politics, and it has more to deal with his health. Because whether you should be president or not, it doesn't even regard on what politics that you are assuming, because there's people that are on all sides of the spectrum. There's people that's, has so many different political situations in America that it doesn't matter what political spectrum that you're a part of. Whether you're, a viable candidate for presidency, it's more to deal with whether you have the mental and physical wherewithal to be able to, sit in that chair and fit that position. Correct? Or am I wrong? And when he has these type of faux pas, it's proof that we should have an age limit on the presidency. And it shouldn't even be something that we make. It should be something that we just have. We should be able to eyeball somebody and say, that guy's too old. There's no need to have a law. There's no need to write legislation. That guy's just too old. Tell me where I'm incorrect at. So no, I don't think it's racism. I don't think he made the comment because of racism. As far as I think the racists have a point, or pardon me. I think the people that's saying that he said it out of racism have a point. I would love to discuss that point. But I don't think that we're looking at it the same. I think we're looking at it differently. Shout out to Andrew Daly, says Grand Rising, everyone, Grand Rising, my brother. I think we're looking at it different. But I do think that there's a point that can be made for the individuals that believe that it was racism. I don't think he made the comment out of racism. I do believe that due to the time that he came from, those comments he did make and the way that he made those comments are now seen as racist comments. But if he makes these same comments in the time in which he came from, nobody's going to bat an eye. So I do think there's a conversation there. Don't get this confused. I don't think that he did it because he was, he was actively trying to, or actively participating in racist thoughts. I think there's, like most people, when we talk about a rapper, individuals generally assume that they're young. Tell me where the lie at. So I think generally speaking, no, he's not paying attention. 50th anniversary of hip hop. He's old. He's probably not even taking into consideration. Obviously, the rappers they're going to be speaking about are going to be elder statesmen. He's probably not even taking that into consideration. He's old, fam. You act like y'all don't got old fogies in your family that say all type of weirdo shit. You just be like, "Ma, me, ma." Not again. We in the laundry. We in the supermarket. Not again. But I do find this interesting. This, regarding this particular conversation, I do find this interesting. The fact that he actually did say it in the way in which he did say it explains to you what kind of conversations he was having back in the day. It's like when you hear somebody say the N-word and they're Caucasian. So everybody always assume they gotta be saying the N-word when they're with their friends somewhere. That's usually what's happening. So we have a president who did use a term that's outdated, that we have deemed as something that racists say, that we have deemed as a way in order to be able to spot a racist, right? That's what you're feeling. So all of you black people that voted for him, yeah, it's that regret you feeling. Don't worry about it. A ton of y'all gonna be defending him when the next election come. Well, besides the fact that his politics might not be aligned with yours, he's obviously too old to be running for the presidency again. But Kamala Harris isn't doing anything, so they're not gonna be able to push her. She ain't gonna win nothing. The only thing that's gonna come up on her shit is that people are gonna talk about how many people she put in jail in California. She's not gonna win nothing. You get it? They're Democrats. They need the black vote. Everybody forgot why she got. She did run last time, right? She ran last time. She just got knocked out early because people kept bringing up her situation when she was the DA, or running the district attorney's office in California out there. You do know that happened, right? She just got knocked out early. That's it. She ran. She got knocked out early. Like, her car didn't start. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Like when you at Mario Kart and you press the button too early and you spin out, you don't go nowhere, everybody take off. That's what happened. And then she fucking quit the game. She was done. Don't take my word for it. Just go back and look up at history. I don't gotta lie. This is documented. This is Googleable. Think about how much I'd be right about if every little tiny thing that can be nitpicked, somebody comes in here and says that I'm wrong on. Just think about how much shit I gotta be right about. That never goes through anybody's head. I have a community of people that follow me around and try to point out every little tiny error that I make. But I'll have whole entire videos where I'm talking some real shit and they can't say nothing. Nobody ever think about that for a moment? Just something to reflect on when I'm telling y'all something sometime. So they don't have no way to get back into the office. Their only way to get into the office is to say that Joe Biden is the anti-Trump. But he's not old enough to run again. I seen what happened when he just did the LL Cool J thing. Y'all voted for somebody that we know for a fact now, at least, were running around calling black folk boys. Because that's how you feel in your heart. Because that's how you felt it when he said it. But I don't think that's why he said it, but that's how you felt it. Reflect on that for a moment. I didn't even take it that way. At all. To be honest with you. I didn't take it that way at all. I heard it. I said, I can see where it's at, though. I said, maybe. I was like, nah, but maybe. No, it is Biden, fam. He's definitely, I believe he's a racist. Okay? I believe he's a racist. I believe that he did a lot of racist shit. I believe that he's capable of doing more racist shit. That's my belief. You know, I could be wrong also. Who's to say that I'm correct? I do believe that he's done a lot of racist shit. I believe that they're still doing racist shit. I believe him saying that if you don't vote for him, you can't be black was racist as fuck. That was one of the most racist things I've heard a white dude ever say in my life. And y'all couldn't wait to get to the voters box to put your ballots. Y'all couldn't wait to get on that line and vote for that dude. That's one of the most racist shits I've ever heard in my life. That's way more racist than him saying boy about LL Cool J. He told y'all basically had to vote for him. He was your master. And he called out black people specifically. He wasn't even talking about, any of his other constituencies. He literally said black. That's one of the most racist things I've ever seen or heard in my life. So, fuck it. Y'all want to call this racist? Not a problem. I don't think this is as bad as that. Now do you get it? I always try my hardest to not be hypocritical. I double and triple evaluate myself. Like hell. That's one of the reasons why I overthink. Black people voted for a man that said, if you don't vote for me, you can't be black. And now I see those same people, and I'm only talking about them, outraged when that man makes a reference to a black person and says, boy. Are you niggas serious? Are you niggas serious? Also, that sandwich that I had yesterday was fucking lit. Them sandwiches from fucking Key Food is incredible. Sheesh, fam. Those are incredible sandwiches. Most likely get me another one today. The sandwich was incredible. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more vinegar on it this time. The sandwich was incredible. I don't know what to tell you. You might get a different. I've been getting Sausalito. I might get something different other than Sausalito this time. But I've been getting Sausalito. American cheese with Sausalito. The sandwiches was good as fuck, fam. It was incredible. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They look good too. It's nicely plated. Uh, it's a good percentage of lettuce and tomatoes. With me, you could always put more lettuce. I love lettuce. So it's a good percentage. I love lettuce on a sandwich. Lettuce and tomatoes make the sandwich. It's not just, you know, the meats that's on the sandwich and the cheeses. It's the lettuce, tomatoes, it's the oil, the vinegar, it's the salt, the pepper, it's all of that makes a sandwich, you know? It's all of that. And it's the right portions, you know? It's a good sandwich. Anyway, back to Joe Biden. Sorry about that. That was a good sandwich. Back to Joe Biden. So just so we could be clear, I can't go in there with my phone that much no more. I'm gonna have to just, what up, Russell? I'm gonna have to just record myself because I went in there the other day in the radio they had in there was loud. So basically, our video yesterday got hit with a copyright strike because they had their music in there turned up. So I'm not going to be going live, but I have to record myself for obvious reasons because I want to show y'all the wild shit that be going on. Why shouldn't I show you these people? I'm telling you, it's just, the shit be wild, fam. I don't know. Y'all see what be going on. I just haven't been turning the camera all the way around. But yeah, man, it's just constant weirdo shit every time I go in there. I promise you. So I'm still recording myself. I'm just not gonna be live. So I might just be uploading some of the stuff to like maybe for the people on because I could fuck with the audio and take the audio out and explain what y'all watching. Only play the parts. Yeah. So I do that. And I'll probably just upload it for Green Team members or some shit. Yeah, and I'll probably just only upload it for Green Team members. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Because all of our equipment should be here soon. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to do it that way. With that being said, let's get back to Biden. So that's what I think people are feeling. I think they're just feeling regret. Especially men. I don't think women so much, they're not feeling regret about voting for Biden at all. I think men, I'm not going to say at all. I say mostly it's men that feel the regret because like from what I've seen, also remember, since Biden's been in office, let's just keep it a buck. It's been an attack on black men even more than when Trump was in office. When Trump was in office, there really wasn't an attack on black men. Now there's like an attack on black men now. When Biden is in office. I think most black men see it. I don't know who wants to admit it. It's like an attack on black men. It's like, look how the girl came out and said she got hit with a brick. Look how easy it was for the whole world to just go with the she got hit with a brick. People wasn't even really questioning whether she got hit with a brick. People was questioning whether it was okay or not because of her behavior. Look how they tried to come after Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, the MCU, the biggest thing. Pay attention. Pay the fuck attention. Y'all not paying attention to why people are trying to say the MCU is going down. The MCU did... okay, just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Bear with me. I have to explain two things. First, I have to explain the first thing, and then I have to explain the Jonathan Majors thing. But if I don't explain the first thing, I won't be able to explain the Jonathan Majors thing. So just bear with me. It'll take a second. Do y'all remember when the MCU was trying to go all female? They was turning all of their main characters into female characters. That shit did not work out. That was part of an agenda that they was involved in, involving Hollywood. Now, when was that going on? Pay attention. In order for those movies to have been dropped, a lot of that stuff was going on during when you call these guys was going through the election. That's when a lot of that stuff was happening. propaganda was being created for the women's movement. Now go look at that phase of Marvel and look at and pay attention to what they did. There was a freaking like 3 female movies. There was 2 females freaking series on fucking Disney Plus. Tell me where the lies at. They were replacing male characters with female characters. Tell me where the lies at. Well, it failed. Do you get it? They didn't make the money or make their fans happy in the way that they assumed it was going to go down. Because there's always this assumption that the loudest people in the room are right. That's where we're at now in freaking the world. That the people that yell the loudest, people are treating them like they know what they're talking about, and they don't. They're usually a small minority. So now, they didn't want the MCU to get off of that whole movement. They wanted to keep that going. Because that's part of their campaigning. What did the MCU do? The MCU came and said, yo, look, that's next phase. It's all about Jonathan Majors. Tell me where the lies at. They moved straight from the feminist movement to the black man movement. Now, what happened to Jonathan Majors? His girlfriend then all of a sudden accused him of what? Tell me where the lies at. So pay attention to what's going on. There's only one battle. There's only one war. So since Biden's been in office, it's been a war against black men, fam. And they've been creating propaganda. And whenever we're making propaganda to go opposite of it, that shit is getting attacked. The MCU is already making him a bad guy. But the problem is, he's pretty likable. It's Jonathan fucking Majors. He can act. The big question is, why is he being sabotaged this way? Like, is he pulling away from something? That should be the question. Because usually if you're already over there, they're not throwing shots at you. They only coming for you if you was working with them and you try to dip. So is he trying to dip on them? Who was that chick that accused him of the thing? Was she his handler? You know she left the country. But that's a whole nother conversation. Whole nother conversation. People don't be knowing what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't think the Democrats and run Hollywood, then why are they all on the same agendas? Why are the Democrats and Hollywood generally on the same exact agenda? Think about that if I'm wrong. You gonna make a coffee? Also, if y'all want to talk comic books and MCU for a little while, we could do that. That's a fact. But all of this shit is politics. The Democrats in Hollywood move with the same agendas. Why do you think in California, go look at that bill they got going on in California right now. I'll tell you what the bill is. I think it's about to get passed all the way through. They waiting for the governor to sign it. And basically what the bill says is that if your kid come home from school one day and tell you that they want to be a boy and they a girl, or they want to be a girl and they a boy, that you not only have to be okay with it, but you have to help facilitate it. Imagine that, fam. You not only have to be okay with it, not only is it something that you have to be cool with, but you also have to help facilitate it. You have to help your child transition over to the other sex. And if you don't, that's prison time. And they could take your child. And they are going to take your child. How the hell anybody living in California ever? How y'all voting for these people, California? Like, really, the majority of y'all on this type of time? How y'all voting for these people? Like, how is these people you're voting for? Like, you really okay with your children's teachers deciding what gender your child is going to be? You really okay with your children's teachers deciding what gender your child is going to be? California, shout out to California. Really okay with that? That dude y'all remember the dude in Canada? Alright, so let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. Shit, that's hot. So there's a dude in Canada, he was a teacher. So he did not agree with some of the ways that they were going to change the curriculum and things that they were going to allow to go on in the schools, because he wasn't a fan of the LGBTQ community and the things that they wanted them to do. He was like, this stuff, it shouldn't be in schools. This is stuff that children should be doing at home, or whatever the case is. So they was going to fire him, saying that he was doing racist shit. He was being racist. They were saying that he was being racist, so they were going to fire him. So before they could fire him, what he did was he started wearing prosthetic breasts and dressing transgender, coming to school every single day. So he had some big ass fake boobs that come down like that. He was coming to school like that every day, and he was making a spectacle, basically. And I forgot what they did with him. I think they ended up like moving him or something like that, because basically they were going to fire him and say that he was doing something he wasn't encouraging. He didn't agree with something and he spoke out against it, which is literally the Second Amendment. Which is literally, y'all do know this, right? They're taking away your freedom. They took away these people in California freedom to raise their child and their freedom to speak out on it. They can't even speak out on it. Speaking out on it is a crime. Fucking Democrats, man. Y'all love the Democrats, though, so it is what it is. Fucking Democrats. Them niggas could do anything to black folk. Like, it don't, just the folk. They could just do anything. They're telling people that they can't not that the schools basically they're gonna say we're not saying that the child gets the who do you think is influencing the child to not want to be a who do you think is influencing the boy to not want to be a boy and the girl to not want to be a girl? This influence is happening at school. Are you teaching that at home? So I think there's many more reasons to not vote Biden. Many, many more reasons not to vote for Biden again, beyond Biden saying boy when referencing LL Cool J. I think that is one of the least reasons. Like there's so many bigger reasons. Like there's so many bigger reasons. I think that's one of the least reasons. Like the least reasons. I think there's way bigger reasons. The wild thing is, can we even talk about Trump this way? Like when the Republicans were in the or had all of this shit, did they? Was Trump doing shit like this? Were the Republicans taking away your rights from your children? I need to know what the Republicans were doing that was so bad that you agree with having your rights taken away to raise your children in order to make sure that that don't happen. I need to know what the Republicans did that was so bad. Don't tell me what racists did. I want to know what Republicans did. Am I wrong? I'm curious. Am I wrong? I want to get some hot chocolate to put into my coffees. I've been drinking the coffees, and I'm like, I need some a thing of hot chocolate to put into the coffees. Yeah, I'm curious. Watch when the activists start coming out for the Republic, coming out for the. Watch when the activists start coming out for the Democrats. Every single time you be like, yo, the Democrats is fucking up. The first thing they're gonna do is start talking about Trump. Once they do that, don't trust them. Once they do that, don't trust them. If they discuss your point and then discuss Trump, that's bullshit. But when you bring up your point, they don't want to discuss your point. They want to go straight to the deflection. There is no discussing on your point. They want to discuss. Nah. When Trump was in office, Trump made it a point to make sure that we, the people, had money so we can go spend money in stores because that put more money in his pocket. It's crazy how black folk don't get that. He said it straight. And then he did it. And then he did it. So he said it straight out. And then he did it. And our economy got better. And then they told him he had to shut down America. That's the part everybody forgets. Our economy was booming. And then when he was told he had to shut down America, and he fought against it. And then when he fought against it, the Democrats said that he don't care about y'all. Everybody forgets that these are things that happened. What up, AD? He says Biden funding small businesses in Ukraine. He is though. It's just bananas, man. I don't know what to tell you. There's something in this shit. I'm always just staring at my fucking drink. Like, I don't know. Put it in the microwave, so maybe it should look a little different or something. um, so I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for them to try to figure out how they're gonna say vote Democrat. And I need to know why you want us to vote for people that want to take people's children. I'm gonna need to know. I want to know why you want us to vote for people that are trying to get between parents' ability to be a parent. I want to know. Didn't Donald Trump said they coming for the kids? I'm just asking. Didn't Donald Trump said they coming for the kids? Donald Trump said that, right? And they said Donald Trump was lying, right? All of your advocates said that Donald Trump was lying, right? AD said the fact that this sport is still almost 70% from black people is crazy. Well, not really, because think about it like this. Maybe 90% of women is going to always support him because his woman is a vice president. So like 90, maybe 80% of women, they don't care. They're going to support the woman no matter what the fuck is going on. I might be wrong about that, but I just don't feel comfortable about this. I might be wrong about that, but that's the way I feel. I've seen women support shit they knew was wrong too many times just because it's them being supportive of another woman. You know, I just seen it happen too often. Maybe they think that's what we as men do. We just support each other because we men. Maybe they think that. I don't know, but believe me, men don't do that. I promise you, we don't do that. Not no men I know. I mean, maybe men do that. I don't know. Not no dudes I know. If Trump gets in office, he's gonna cancel that transgender bill. Which transgender bill? I don't know which transgender bill you're talking about, but I'm gonna assume it's being canceled. It sounds like the name of it sounds like something he'd cancel. Um, no. And I think parents should have the right to parent their own child. I think that there are some parents that are abusive and they need to be handled, and I think there's people who are neglect their children, and I think they should be handled. But I think that when you have a parent that's parenting their child and they want their child to grow up with their beliefs, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with that. And if their beliefs is heterosexuality, who the hell are you to be able? Who the hell are you to want to get involved with the parent trying to pass their beliefs on to their child? That's insane. That's insane. Their beliefs are heterosexuality. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with them passing their beliefs down to their children? What's wrong with that? Can somebody explain that to me? And don't tell me, well, what if it was, we're not talking about it being racism. Because that's what, the satanic mind, that's what Satan is going to do. Try to change the conversation so we don't talk about something important. Explain to me why, from a general sense of thing, a parent should not be allowed to pass down their faith and their beliefs to their children. And why, if heterosexuality was one of those things, why that's toxic of some kind. We're not talking about a parent whose child is, because obviously the influence came from somewhere. The child is not born liking this or liking that. They're influenced by the environment, and wherever the soul is that the Most High gave them is how they're going to take that information and process it. So there's an influence somewhere making the thing happen. Cause and effect. So why can't the influence in this parent's home be heterosexuality? Why does the influence in the parent's home have to be what the school wants the influence to be? If you don't understand what it feels like when your rights have just been stripped away from you, I'm explaining it. So yeah, that's what California is going to be having to deal with. I'm personally never going to vote Democrat again. At least I can't see it happening in the foreseeable future. Because I personally can never vote for anyone that will want to take someone's children away from them just because the person might want to pass down their, perfectly, in my mind, normal family practices. And if you're trying to tell me being heterosexual isn't normal, I don't know what to tell you. And if you're trying to say, well, being gay is normal also, if it was so normal, then why are you fighting so hard to make people accept it? It would be normal. And this is not me knocking people who, have this proclivity or live this lifestyle. This is just me saying, you don't see me going nowhere telling people have to like me because I'm black. I might mention that they don't, but you're perfectly fine not liking me because I'm black. That's your right. Who am I to tell you that you have to like me? That you have to like black people. I cannot tell you that. I'm not you. I don't have your life experiences. I don't have your teachings. I don't have your learnings. I can't tell you who to and who to not like, or for what reason. God gave us free choice for a reason, and one of the reasons is so that we can be different. I gotta go like this so I can see this comment. Democrats are cutting the check. Snoop came out and said, you have a stupid motherfucker if you vote for Trump. Well, yeah, they cutting a check. They gotta cut a check. They cut a check every year. Oh, pardon. Here we go. They cut a check every time this come up. I'm not, and right now, I'm telling you right now, Snoop is helping people that we might not want helped. Right now, you're going to see exactly which, and I should have not have these two comments right next to each other. This is in no reference to Snoop, just so we can be clear. But right now, you're going to see which are a lot of these rappers, especially male rappers, that have been, let's just say, double dipping, because they're going to be pushing for this LGBTQ initiative hard as shit. They don't got a choice. There's probably a tape or two out there. You're thinking that they're cutting a check, but it's not always cutting a check. It's, yeah, we're going to cut you a check, but you don't got no choice but to do it anyway. Wink, wink. But yeah, we'll pay you so it can look good on paper. We got to keep the money flowing anyway. We got to keep the money circulating anyway. So yeah, we're going to pay you. Don't worry about it. We're going to send some people to you for you to work with also. I think any person pushing the Democratic agenda is a puppet, period. Because if you can't look at what the Democrats are doing and seeing that it's hurting us, I don't know if you should be a leader. If you can't look at what they're doing and seeing that it's hurting us. If you want to ignore what the Democrats are doing because you hate the people on the other side even more, then you can't be a leader. Ja says we shouldn't be surprised at what these weirdo celebrities do anymore. I'm not calling anybody particularly a weirdo, But like I said, some of these dudes don't have a choice. There's a tape out there somewhere. You think they want what just happened to Russell Brand? You see what happened to Russell Brand? Go check out what happened to Russell Brand. To happen to them? You think they want how Jonathan Majors almost got took down to happen to them? Yeah, Russell Brand went exposed some shit. I'm not 100% sure what he exposed, so I can't tell you right now. If I was 100% sure what he's exposed, I'd tell you. But he went and exposed some shit. Now all of a sudden there's some chick, and we don't even know if the person exists. There's just a complaint out there. We don't even know if there's a person attached to the complaint that said that he took advantage of her. You don't see how they coming after. They took down the dude. What's his name? The dude from this 70s show. They took him down. That 70s show, right? And now the other the other two are about to get taken down at the same time just for writing a fucking letter. Because they told you don't help this nigga. Y'all didn't listen. AD says those 20-year allegations will come out. Yep. If you don't toe the line. That's a fact. Toe the line. Toe the line. Toe the line. Isn't it? Toe the line? It is toe the line. I guess both ways work. But I always thought it was toe the line. Could somebody look that up and see which way it is? I'm curious now. Shout out to AD. King Will says, what up, Will? He says, BB and fan fraud, salute. It's toe the line, isn't it? So you don't cross the line? You're toeing the line? Me, you got me curious because now toe the line makes sense also. I don't know. I want to know which way it goes. I don't know. Maybe I can just raise my eye on that. I don't know which way it goes. Toon says, thought it was definitely toe. Toe the line, right? In any regard. So yeah, I would be looking at any of these celebrities that's going to be coming out and be promoting. I would just not even speak. Like, if you really hate Trump that much, I just won't talk about politics. Like, I'd just be like, look, don't ask me. Because the shit these Democrats doing in this bullshit. And I'd rather complain about what the Democrats is doing and try to get that shit looked at than I want to talk about Trump ain't even in office. I don't care what he's doing right now. I'm concerned with what the Democrats are doing while they're currently in office. That's way more concerning. Y'all got everybody looking at Trump going to trial while the Democrats is in there voting on shit. What the hell, fam? This isn't winning. Y'all feeling like y'all winning because y'all looking at Trump and y'all want bad things to happen to Trump. So you're feeling like you're winning. Right? But you're not. Because the Democrats is having y'all look at this hand while they working with this hand. People in California could lose custody of their children if their children decide to come home and want to be the opposite sex and they don't agree with it. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all really agree with this shit? Like, y'all really co-signing this? Like, this is really something niggas is co-signing? Because niggas really co-signing this. I don't know what to tell you. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We are an hour and 4 minutes into the show. What else y'all want to talk about? If you are enjoying the show in any capacity, you can always put up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. I don't plan on going outside today. It's raining a little, but I don't really plan on going outside today. We went to the supermarket yesterday. They were playing the music too loud in the supermarket, so therefore we got hit with a copyright strike. So I'm not gonna live stream in the supermarket, but I will be recording everything that's happening in the supermarket because I'm assuming that people are gonna come, especially them chicks I was telling you about, and gonna come and try to have some bullshit going on with me. So I am recording everything that happens in the supermarket, but I will not be live streaming. You know what? I'm gonna be on Instagram. That's where we're gonna be at. I'm gonna be on Instagram. That it don't matter on the Jack Frost Instagram. So I'm gonna be on the Jack Frost Instagram. We're not gonna be on YouTube because that don't matter. I gotta record myself everywhere I go. I don't really got a choice. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I am happy that the Jonathan Major shit was fixed. I am happy that that was fixed. I think he just did something he wasn't supposed to do, or they wanted him to do something and he didn't do it. That was just his handler, fam. That wasn't his girlfriend. I promise you, that wasn't his girlfriend. That was his handler. I promise you. That's what it be a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? They get somebody close to you, and the person probably do know the industry, and they know how to talk, and they know how to help you, and they know how to speak to you to make sure that you will be in your best presentation. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? But they also most likely they be watching you for other people. You know what I'm saying? But if they weren't watching for those other people, you might not get those opportunities. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. You understand what I'm saying? But when you try to get from out from under them, that's when shit like that is made. Weirdo ass accusations or type of weirdo shit. You get in trouble. Jonathan Majors was able to get out of this one. Shout out to that. That's one of the main reasons why it's good when you get have somebody before the fame. Like Takashi 69 almost made it, but I don't know if the breakdown of him and Sarah Molina's relationship happened before or after he decided he was gonna bang on the chicks in the strip club. It probably happened after, just so we can be clear. But he was set up for win. All he had to do was want to make the music and not want to be the gangster. If he wanted to make the music and not be the gangster, like he would have won. You know what I'm saying? He would have won one. Not that he isn't winning now. I'm just saying he would have won one. He just needed to want to make the music more than be the gangster. That's all. And that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're some kind of organization and you're trying to get somebody to help, everybody get up, you want somebody that want to do the work. Stop trying to make the person be a part of the bullshit. Just let them do the work. They bring everybody else with them, fam. King Will said, "Yo, Frost, I appreciate your balanced usage of your expanded lexicon when you're speaking about topics. Too many cats overuse basic language. I get why, but the only we can expand is to listen to it." Oh, yeah. I was, generally speaking, I try to shorten the list of words that different words that I use. But like recently, when I've been speaking, I guess I've been probably using a little bit more of my vocabulary than I would generally use. I grew up not by outsiders, but like a lot of my family members used to like. I grew up being smart at a young age and being very eloquent, being able to speak eloquently. So I got a little bit teased by my cousins, but that was okay. I always felt like the smart kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got teased by my cousins a little. Shout out to them. Yeah, that's good. I always felt like the smart kid. That's why I'm busy trying to tell y'all. Like, never been a loser fan. It's always a smart kid, and that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, even when you're around people that older than you, like they, you're smart. Sometimes people gotta bend the knee. You're smart, and it's what it is. It is what it is, man. Uh, but no, generally speaking, also, I like having my own catchphrases, so it works a little bit better for me if I keep a lot of my what I say to a minimum, like use less vocabulary rather than more, because I have a couple of catchphrases over here, so I want to work my catchphrases and shit like that. Nobody has more catchphrases than us, fam. We get like 10 new catchphrases damn near a year. I just stop using some of them for the most part, unless it's it's appropriate, unless it's. But we have a ton of catchphrases over here, fam. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. If you are like King Will is enjoying the platform and you would like to support, you can always join the green team. King Will. You could always join the green team. You could also pull up to the Cash App, the Super Chat, and or the PayPal. Also, we have a couple of pieces of merch pinned to the. Are they gonna let me pull the merch up? Are they not letting me pull the merch up? We got some merch that was pinned. I'm trying to pull it up right now for you so I could. Oh, no, no, no. Oh shit! I crossed over a button. Sorry about that. I crossed over a whole bunch of buttons. What the fuck is this? No, I don't want to stop screaming. Can y'all see me? All right, I was having a problem over here. What did y'all see? Can y'all tell me what y'all saw? I hope y'all saw black. There's also more than like 800 spoken languages in New York. Wow, really? Yeah, I guess all the languages are spoken here. It's New York. Did I press this button? I'm gonna go check again just to make sure I probably pressed it. Okay, I pressed it. Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Yeah. Yeah, no, all the languages should be spoken here. It's New York. There's probably languages that's spoken only here. We probably got Helen Keller language here also and shit. It was a deep cut. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about before we started talking about this stupid shit? Rewrite that, Russell. Russell, rewrite that because I don't know. One of your messages didn't come through. Of course, they're gonna say that there's a new reason for everybody to be scared. How else did they get elected? You think they would have got elected before if there wasn't a problem going on in the world? How else is the Democrats gonna get elected if they don't got something to point out and tell us to be scared? Yeah, what the hell else you think is gonna happen? Explain that shit to me. I'm here. I'm listening. I can't see your comments. I was trying to show y'all the merch. Explain to y'all the merch line. Oh, there we go. I think I could probably see the comment now. Nope, still can't see the comment. So I don't know the comment, fam. Estimated to be deadlier than the last thing. I gotta take this word off of here if you don't mind. Remove. We don't put that word. I think we could get in trouble with these guys. Anyway, okay, so we got some art merch pinned to the comments. We have Icy Queens Pixie Collection indoor pillow. We got some BBN Trucker Series 1 all over print men's trunks. We got the BBN Trucking Series Classic pullover. We have the Frost Collection Series 2 Premium pullover hoodie. We have the that's actually my favorite hoodie. The premium pullover hoodies, my actually favorite hoodie on the line. Not for nothing else. We have the Icy Queens Pixie Collection team jersey. We got the Morning Coffee BBN leggings. We have the Icy Queen Pixie Series 2 leggings. We have the Weird Culture News Premium Ring Spun Cotton T-shirt. We have the Teesprings, the Team Green Series 3 leggings. We have the Frost Collection Series 3 pillow, Frost Collection Series 1 indoor pillow, Frost Collection Series 2 Cold Addiction indoor pillow. Frost, two of those, they do different colors. We got some towels over there. We got the BBN Icy Queens Women's Wear 20-ounce stainless steel water bottle. We got some coffee mugs down there. Go check it out. Green Team. I'm pretty sure we have something that you like. Oh, it won't let it come through? Yeah, it won't let that come through, and you busy trying to put the other thing through. Like, I don't know why it's not. So, yeah, there's supposed to be a new problem that we're going to be having. But once again, like I just said, it seems like these things happen so the Democrats could win elections. So I don't know how to take it. I don't know how you want to take it. I'm just not a big fan. I don't know. I'm going to throw a sweat on. I'm just not a big fan. It seems like now every 4 years, all of a sudden, some kind of situation is happening on a global level that involves some type of virus or antigen. I don't get with it. I'm not here for that. So every time we have an election now, there's some kind of dangerous biological I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it at this point. I don't know what to call it at this point. Like, if this doesn't look planned to you, I don't know what to tell you. Especially since before the first one, Trump said that the Democrats planned this, if I remember correctly. That's why he didn't want to shut everything down. Am I wrong about this? Am I saying something wrong? If I remember correctly, before he shut everything down in the first place, he said that the Democrats was behind all of this. They trying to tank the economy. Did he say that? There is a new pandemic that might be coming where they're saying, that they expect a lot of casualties. But am I wrong about that? Didn't Trump say that? Trump said these things, right? And then as soon as the Democrats get into the offense, the economy tanks. And I'm busy telling you the Democrats is tanking the economy. I've been saying that before they got into office. I've been saying that while they're tanking the economy, and I'm saying that now. I told y'all the things the Democrats was talking about they wanted to do was going to tank the economy. I explained to you how the Democrats talking about they forgiving freaking student loans is actually fucking the economy up more. And they're giving all of them. I don't want to get just. There's so many different things to complain about. I'm just going to say, I've been telling y'all. We've been having in-depth conversations about these things. Whether you realize it or not. So I want Democrats to come out and say that they're not for having this shit in the school with the children. And that's the only way, if they're going to vote against that, that's the only way I could see. I would even consider looking at them for give them a vote. They would be pushing that liquid. No, again. Yeah, exactly. Arthur D. Glass, he said they're going to be pushing that liquid no again pretty soon. Exactly. And they're going to get all of you people scooped up and dragged into it that don't know no better. They're going to, this way around, that's why I think Homegirl is doing that thing. Listen to what she's doing. Kathy Hochul is trying to pass where they could just come to your home, snatch you up, and take you away. I promise you, anybody that don't get the new thing, they gonna come to your home, snatch you up, and take you away. How are y'all voting for Democrats? Go look it up. Kathy Hochul, that's the governor of New York State, is trying to pass, or she has already, I know she's trying to get it passed, where they can just deem you a threat to public safety. They don't have to get you checked for nothing. They don't have to run no tests. They can just show up to your crib, snatch you up, and take you away for an indefinite amount of time. Y'all still voting Democrat every time y'all get, right? Every chance y'all get, right? I live in New York, man. The Democrats are just passing shit that's just taking our rights away. And y'all so blinded for your hate for Donald Trump. The hate for Donald Trump has got y'all so blinded. Just blinded. Just I'm assuming this person's name with the Bounce channel, his name is Bounce Channel. I assume that's some kind of slight, some kind of sub towards me. In any regard, I don't understand. Like, I don't see. This is the part I don't get. I don't even think the Democrats are hiding the fact, their resentment, their contempt. Their contempt. That's a better way to put it. I don't think they're hiding their contempt. I don't even think they're hiding it. I don't think it's, I think it's overt. I think it's overt. I don't think they're hiding it. I don't think they're pretending to hide it. I don't think that this is something that they believe that they have to hide. I think that the belief is that the world is currently in a situation or in a state of being, a state of Consciousness, a state of universal awareness, a state of national awareness. Where even if you're doing something that's wrong, people are going to back it, even if they know it's wrong. Because y'all agree about something else, or because y'all hate something else. It's like they're motivating votes through biases. They're not saying we're better than those guys over there. They're just saying you hate those guys over there. We don't like those guys either. They're not really saying nothing else. And then they're saying those guys hate you. Look at how they got all the racists over there on their side. But these people are making bills that could literally just put you in jail for the remainder of your life for whatever reason, just if they decide. And that could take your children away from you if you decide to parent your children. That's what these guys are doing. Those are actual rights that we have constitutionally as a citizen. Those are actual rights. Those are the people that they're going to come get. They're going to come get the people that don't want to get a jab. The people that don't want to get their solution injected into themselves. Those are the people they're going to pull up on door and say that they are a hazard to general public health. And this whole time that they have these things going through, they got y'all over here worried about Donald Trump and which papers he took out of the office when all presidents take papers out of the office. They got y'all over here worried about what he's doing, which is a normal thing that all presidents do. They got y'all worried about the January 6th shit, right? Well, those guys has been getting sent to jail. Those people have been getting convicted. It's happening. We don't got to worry about it. Shout out to the main dude that was the man that started the Proud Boys. That motherfucker got 22 years. Good for him. Some Hispanic dude. He started the Proud Boys. He ended up getting 22 years. Yes, I'm clapping. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm pro-right. I'm pro the Most High. You created an organization that you said that y'all was standing for a thing. While standing for that thing, you was then given jail time. He should be applauded also. What did he think was going to happen? He wanted to be a martyr. He's currently a martyr. You get it? If it was more important for him to be free than it was for him to go to jail, then he wouldn't have organized criminal activity. So this isn't about I don't like the Democrats and I agree with the Republicans. This isn't that at all. This is the Democrats make laws that take our rights away. And they're consistently doing these things. I keep trying to explain to people what really happened in Florida with getting the black civil rights books pulled out of the schools. They were writing up a new charter or a new agreement or whatever with the schools down there, whatever the case is. They tried to put in LGBTQ community curriculum. The governor said no. So in order to get around that, because the governor said we're not going to allow that curriculums to be taught in the schools, they wrote up a new thing and they attached the LGBTQ community curriculum to the civil rights curriculum. The Democrats did that. Now you're mad because the Republicans is still gonna fight. And the only way that they could fight is to say that we're just gonna have books removed. So while they're having the books they want removed, the LGBTQ community books, that's also giving other people who might be racist the opportunity to have the civil rights books removed. Don't blame the Republicans for that. Y'all shouldn't have put them two shits together. Those are two separate things. So that's how that's happening in Florida. But if you hear them listen to them tell the story, they telling the story like the Republicans don't want slavery being taught. First of all, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even think that's our real history. I don't think they teach our real history in school. When I was in school, I didn't learn about Tulsa, Oklahoma. When I was in school, I didn't learn that there was a ton of black people that owned slave plantations. These aren't things that I learned. I didn't learn that some of the biggest slave plantations were actually owned by black people. I didn't learn this. Some of the worst, most horrific, some of the most horrific plantations were allegedly owned by black people. I didn't hear that. They didn't teach that a lot of that wild, wild west shit that we keep hearing, that y'all all think it was Caucasian people. It was black and indigenous people living there and Caucasian people moving across. And that's how come it was all of those shootouts and wars and all that other bullshit happening. They wasn't teaching that. So y'all fighting to keep a whole curriculum in the school that ain't even correct, in my mind, as far as I can tell. They're not teaching that black people are indigenous to America. They're making it sound like we all came over here on a boat. So you trying to tell me that when the Caucasian people came here on the freaking hit the Plymouth Rock, and that's allegedly, that's not when they first came here. But anyway, that's the history we're going with, because those are the people that conquered. You trying to tell me the only people that was here was Mexicans? That's it? And these people who we call Native Americans that really aren't Native Americans, they were imported from another. So that's a whole conversation. So what are we fighting to keep in the schools? They got y'all fighting to keep a history in the schools that ain't even really our history. Just something to be mindful of and to pay attention to. That's all. You still against it? Thinking about it from that perspective, are you still against it? All of that stuff could have stayed in the schools. It was the Democrats doing. That's all. So I don't allow for them to use that as an opportunity to tell me to be mad at the Republicans, because y'all did it. Y'all could have just kept fighting the LGBTQ community cause. Y'all decided to put those two causes together. Y'all thought it was going to work because things like that worked back in the 70s, you know, when y'all came over with the Planned Parenthood and all that other shit, so y'all could become a part of the civil rights movement back then. Then y'all diluted our civil rights movement and turned it into something else. And now look how our families look. Because y'all came over here and told us that we needed a thing that we didn't need. And that thing now being put into our community caused for there to be a dissolution. Us to dissolve as a community. These are facts, man. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'm listening. Put it in the chat. So maybe I just feel different. Because they came for our women in the 70s and that shit worked. And now they coming for the children. So maybe I feel different. And who came for our women? The people that we know as Democrats now, correct? Who's coming for our children? The people that we know as Democrats now, correct? Tell me where I'm wrong. Who want to lock people up? Who wants to create a bill that you could just put people in the concentration camps? Kathy Holcomb. What is she? How you think they're going to find all of that housing for the migrants that they just shipped in? Y'all better stop voting Democrat before we all in jail. I don't even feel like talking no more. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Let's change the conversation. I want to say if y'all enjoying the conversation today, but I don't even know if you should be enjoying the conversation today. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Let's have a conversation about the thing. It just is about to turn 10. I don't want the show to slow down so much that we get off. It's about to turn 10. What y'all want to talk about? Damn, I must have started the show early as hell. It's only 9:40 something, and we already been in here an hour and almost 40 minutes. An hour and 38 minutes. Go figure. Y'all about to go out there and vote Democrat, ain't y'all? I just can't. Not y'all particularly. I'm just saying. Just keep thinking that. Like, how are you even voting Democrat? Like, I don't understand. I don't, because somebody explained to me what the Democrats did in the last couple of years that's worth people having blind faith in them. That's what I want to know. What have they done that's worth the blind faith? You know? Have they done something? I don't see them to have done anything that's worth blind faith. Maybe they have. Maybe I don't know what it is. That's what I'm asking. I don't know what they could have done that's worth blind faith. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, y'all. Let's get something going. We've been in here for a minute. I've been talking. I'm over here. I'm hungry now. If it wasn't raining and it wasn't raining, because I think I'm gonna put on a coat if I go outside. It's looking like it's a little chilly. If it wasn't raining, I would walk to go get a bacon, egg, and cheese. To be honest with you. Wait, hold on. Do they have bacon, egg, and cheeses here? They probably got bacon, egg, and cheeses. No, I can't eat off their grill. Right, I gotta go to the grill that don't got the pork on it. I'm pretty sure I want a pastrami sandwich today so bad. Well, I wanted a pastrami sandwich a couple of days ago. What do you put on a pastrami sandwich? Is it only mustard supposed to go on a pastrami sandwich? Do you put not coleslaw? Do you put what do you put on a pastrami sandwich? Who do I have in the fight? Canelo. Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Canelo. It looks effortless, fam. I remember years ago, I'm probably about 32, 33 years old. Probably a little bit younger than that. Probably about 32, 33. So I'm playing basketball and I go to a park and uh, I turn the guy over or some shit, like, turnover steal or something. I forget. Um, and anyway, I'm going down in the fast break and they have two guys ahead of me, right? Guards. You know what I'm saying? I do a move and I just go around him and I score. And so there's a kid on the side, and it's a park that I'm known at, by the way. I just haven't been there in a while, but people knew who I was. And so I go to the basket and I hear the kid on the side just basically say, like, basically, I did it without even trying. Like, that looks so easy. That's what I get when I see Canelo. It just looks so easy. I got Canelo. I don't care who got Charlo. I got Canelo. It looks too easy for him. His defense is really good, man. His defense is really good. And I think they're just trying to do that. For if they got Charlo favored, that's just so they can make money. I promise you. I wouldn't trust that. I got Canelo, fam. I got Canelo. I don't really care for the Charlo brothers. They be acting like suckers. Say what you want. They be acting like suckers. I don't like how I like when we're competitors, but we don't gotta talk shit about one another. You understand? Like we could be competitors. Like if you a high level competitor, if you're a high level competitor, if you're a high level competitor, I expect for you to have a certain level of respect for other high level competitors. That's all. Like if you don't have a certain level of respect for competitors, other high level competitors, I just again like that's not kingmanship. Like that's not being a king. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you a king, you have respect for other kings. When you can't respect a king, to me that's proof you're not a king. You understand? That makes sense. What up, first class empire? Salute. Yeah, so if you can't respect a king, you can't be a king. That's just the way I look at it, man. So sometimes they just did a lot of sucker shit. But I mean, they trying to sell a fight. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a fan. I used to like the Charlos. I used to like them, both of them. I don't really like them no more. And I've always liked Canelo because I liked how Canelo handles other kings. I like how Canelo handles other top boxers. Like even when he believes he's better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's nothing wrong with saying that you believe that you're better than someone at something. Like that's that whole everybody need a trophy mindset that makes it sound like you can't say that anymore. But you can say that. There's nothing wrong with believing that you're better than other people. Like why can't you be better than someone at something? Why can't you believe that you are? You understand what I'm saying? That's like saying I can't believe that I'm better than you at basketball. I can't believe that I'm better at you at rapping. Why can't I? why can't I? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What's up? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm not sure what y'all want to talk about today. But as far as the Charlo Canelo, I got Canelo. Somebody's just gonna like have to manhandle Canelo in order for me to go against Canelo. He knows how to slip a punch. He's just too slippery, man. When you could slip a punch with minimal movement, you a problem. And that's what he could do. Minimal movement, he could slip a punch. That means that you could get to your counter punch quicker. You understand? The guy's dangerous. Ever since Floyd Mayweather gave him that lesson in the middle of the ring that we all saw, his boxing level went up, in my opinion. Ever since he fought Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather schooled that young man, his level of boxing went up, in my opinion. That's the way I feel about that. What else y'all want to talk about? Somebody said they got Charlo in the fourth. You think Canelo gonna get knocked out? You think he's gonna get knocked out? Okay, you think Charlo gonna win? Fine, but you think Canelo's gonna get knocked out? Fuck it. What do I know, right? I don't think he's gonna get knocked out, man. I don't think he's gonna get knocked out. What weight they fighting at, by the way? Anybody know what they fighting at? I don't think Canelo's gonna lose. But I damn sure don't think Canelo's gonna get knocked out. I guess that's the only way the dude could say Charlo is gonna win. Because Charlo damn near ain't gonna beat Canelo in the fucking. I just don't see Charlo winning. I don't think Canelo runs neither. I like defensive fighters. I like fighters that could slip a punch or two. So I'm on that type of time. Just saying. I like a fighter that can slip a punch or two. But no, I don't think he's running. I think it's more important in a fight to not get hit than to hit. I think it's more important to not take damage than to give damage. Because I'm assuming you're going to give damage in the fight. I think it's more important to be able to fight in a manner where you take as little damage as possible. I think that's more important. To be able to protect yourself, not defend yourself, to be able to protect yourself. I think that's more important. So I like the fighters like the Pernell Whitakers. I like the Sugar Ray Leonards. I like the Tyson's a very underrated defensive fighter. I like the Evander Holyfields. He had a pretty good defense at one point, but that was just because he was a cruiserweight, so he was just smaller than a lot of the heavyweights he was fighting against. So he just had more mobility. But what's that dude name? I can't call nobody. I think I see him boxing in my head, but I can't call his name right now. His shit used to be crazy, and it just defense. So I think defensive boxing is also attractive. I think it's attractive. It's attractive styles. I think that Canelo has a very, to me, um, a very, visually uh, appealing style. I like his style, I like Floyd's style. Especially when you see them setting up, the move. You know what I'm saying? That's not just you see them setting up the move. It's not just the crossover; it's the hitch before the crossover. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna hitch, double hitch? Are they gonna lean this way? It's all that before the crossover. They're just gonna try to catch you by surprise. It's all of that. The different elements that you add to the crossover that makes the crossover. Yeah, but I don't think he's running. I like that fight. I like that fight. Floyd Mayweather, favorite boxer. I think it's I think the my favorite punch to watch is the pull counter. That's my favorite. That's my favorite offensive weapon. Is the pull counter. My second favorite offensive weapon is the Dempsey roll. That's a defensive weapon also. So famous. My favorite defensive weapon to offensive weapon, I guess, would be the Dempsey roll. But it's the same thing because both of those are defensive weapons to offensive weapons. The Dempsey roll would be number two. The first one would be the pull counter. I just like the pull counter. For everybody that don't know what the Dempsey roll is, that's when Mike Tyson do it a lot. When you see him go from side to side like this. You know what I'm saying? He's closing distance on the. He's going to side like this. He's closing distance on the fight, and he hit you with the hook, bomb, Dempsey roll. He got a lot of knockouts that way. That shit looks scary. Them niggas, he start doing that shit. They start backpedaling. They off balance, especially since they moving backwards, so they don't have no, their energy is everything's going backwards. So when you get hit, it works. You know what I'm saying? Instead of if you stand there like a rock and then you get hit and then you could absorb. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying you moving backwards, your feet, everything, you get hit. There's no way for you to absorb it. You're just gonna get hurt. Very dangerous move. But pull counted in Dempsey. Two favorite. I don't know. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. That's it. We're not talking about nothing because we ain't doing nothing, fam. We at the 2 hour mark. It's only 10 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure what y'all want to talk about. I am hungry. So I am thinking about going to get me something to eat. But I don't think I'm going to bring y'all with me. Because yesterday when we went in the supermarket, the freaking radio was dumb loud. So I might just get on regular. I might just, because I got to film myself everywhere I go, which sucks. So I might just be on my Instagram, Jack Frost side, when I go to the store. Because I don't got no choice. If I turn the camera off, people are going to act like they're going to do some weirdo shit. And you're not going to see them. They be doing weirdo shit. And then they act like it's me. Like, I ain't did nothing. I really ain't did nothing. I'm just there. They're just coming next to me and then having weird reactions while I'm just standing there like I'm doing something, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. So, yeah. I literally thought I was friends with somebody, and I just went over to say hi to them and talk to them. I just thought we were friends. That's it. And then we knew each other. We thought we was friends. That's it. And then that turned into some whole different other thing that I don't even know. I don't even understand. So, what the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. I thought we was friends. Sheesh. I'm gonna have to probably be dealing with that until the day I die. So yeah, some shit ain't worth it. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat, fam. Come on. We about to get up out of here because I don't got nothing to talk about. That's the end of our conversation for today. Do y'all got something to talk about? If not, I'm going to get off of the live and then we might be back later. That's all I can tell you. If we got something to talk about, we can get into it. If not, then I'm just gonna go and we come back later. That's where we're gonna be at with it. So is there anything y'all guys want to discuss? Put it in the chat. I'm not in no rush to go anywhere. But I have nothing that is interesting to me right now that I could think of off the top of my head. I'm asking for your assistance. I'll give it a second. If y'all watch Star Wars, I will say this. If y'all watch Star Wars, I found something interesting. So I was watching the Ahsoka series, and I realized the whole entire Ahsoka series is just to set up a whole nother thing that they're trying to do. This is this Ahsoka series that they have going on. This ain't really about nothing. Like they're not doing anything except for trying to bring back. I think it's supposed to be 8 episodes. They already did 6 episodes, right? I think there's 6 episodes. So there's supposed to be 8 episodes. So there's only 2 episodes quite possibly left. And I don't even think she was in the last episode. Not that she has to be. But I hope they're doing this more than just for a fucking movie. I want the bigger galactic series, the migrant takeover. Well, I kind of spoke on it a little bit earlier. Remember, Kathy Hochul is passing or trying to get it passed if it isn't passed already, a bill which is going to allow for them to just go into people's homes and just take you for an indeterminate amount of time and deem you as a health risk, to the rest of society, without you ever taking any tests or anything. They're just gonna say you're a health risk. You didn't take no tests, no nothing. So, yeah, they plan on arresting a lot of people and getting a lot of people up out of here. It's going to be a lot of people. They're taking your children, so don't worry. Your children's not going to jail. They're going to put your children into a thing and then give your children over to people who 9 times out of 10 is going to be people who conform with democratic belief system, and that's 9 times out of 10 going to be people who might be encouraging your children to, into things other than what your natural inclinations would have been. Now, with that being said, yeah, what do you think that Kathy Hochul thing is for? They need to create space. They need to create room for people. What do you think is going on? I get it. Us in New York City, we got a lot of shit going on, so we don't be paying attention. But like, what do you think is going on? It's obvious they want to replace people. Right? I mean, I'm not reaching, right? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious. Thought it was. To be honest with you, thought it was pretty obvious. Now they complaining about illegal immigrants. Talking about the migrants that you just brought here. You didn't think that they were going to be committing crimes. We have people who currently already live here, and due to the lack of resources, they commit crimes. You didn't think that immigrants from another country, migrants, are you brought into the place that is already overpopulated and don't have enough resources, because most of the resources is held on by a select few. You didn't think anything was going to happen. Come on, fam. These guys ain't stupid. They knew all of this was going to happen. King Will says, I used to sleep on Star Wars. The franchise is on point. My ex put me on. She legit had to beg me to watch it. We ended up watching the films in order. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Which order? The order they were released or the order of the actual episodes? I'm curious. That's one. Two, I like the fact that all three, um, a real shout out. I like the fact that all three trilogies have a different feel to it. I like that. I think that that's good. They should have a different feel. And the other movies that aren't a part of the main storyline, I think they should have their own separate feels also. Um, Even if aesthetically they're gonna look similar, just their own feel, like the order of actual episodes, a copy. Like so, the Clone Wars, or should I say the episode 1, 2, and 3, those feel more vibrant, more lifelike, kinda because of the color grading. The first three, that feels a little dated, but it feels dated, I believe, in a good way. And the last three that came out, I think it feels like nowadays the time that we're living in. Basically, the first trilogy felt like it should have been released in the 70s and the 80s, and the second trilogy felt like it should have been released in the 90s. Like that's the feel, So I like that. Um, um, Headed for the Grammy says, salute Big Bro, checking in this morning. I noticed that hotel in Midtown where they had the migrants at, where they were camping outside, ain't no busy. Looks like they relocated them. Oh, they not out there no more? They probably did relocate them. I haven't been around to check, but I wouldn't be surprised if they relocated them. I don't know if they did, but please, those people were just on the streets and it's getting cold, right? They couldn't just be out on the sidewalk, at night now, especially with all the rain and everything, right? So relocation was good, right? We're thinking about the safety of the people first and foremost. But it's going to October. It's gonna be like 50 degrees outside at night. So please get those people off the street. Yeah, please get those people off the street. Uh, so as far as anything else y'all want to talk about, so as far as the migrants is concerned, yeah, so just the Democrats, more problems the Democrats created. That's all. The first trilogy, the best Star Wars movie is probably Return of the Empire. I mean, Return of the Empire. Um, Empire Strikes Back. That's probably the best movie in general, as far as everything involved in it. And not for nothing, the uh, the the villains won in that movie. So the bad guys won in that movie. I do also believe that the mass migration was a route to replace the workers' labor class or supplement we lazy and comfortable. Um, I don't think that's the reason why they want to replace us. You do know, us not doing anything allows for the Democrats to actually do the things that they want to do, because they want to come in and pretend like they have to be our coddle us. That's how they, that's what they want. Just so we could be clear. They want us to be comfortable. They want that. So no, I think that goes against what they actually want. The comment that you just made. We're being replaced, or they will want to replace us because we're not falling in line. So I don't think that they believe that they could consistently keep winning elections if depending on black people to vote for them. That's what I think it is. I don't think it has anything to do with comfort. They want us to be comfortable. Why? How are they going to put all of these clinics in our neighborhoods to give us assistance if we were working on ourselves and improving the situation? So no, those are things that they want us to be. So I don't agree with you on that. We should have held it down and protested like them folks on Staten Island did. What did the folks on Staten Island do? Put it in the chat. They got the migrants moved. Yeah. So you think Staten Island is mostly Republican or Democrat? You're talking about when they got the migrants moved from that school, right? When they had the school that they tried to put the migrants in the cafeteria or the gym or some shit. And they was like, because the school was under renovation. And the community said, nah, we don't want that here because they're going to be breaking into our homes at night and a whole bunch of other shit, which is possible. What makes you think we'll be able to do something like that in New York City? People are going to do whatever. They're going to go vote for whatever the Democratic way is, no matter how disastrous it is to the community. They're going to vote whatever the Democratic way is, no matter how bad of an idea it is. So, yeah, that's not going to, I don't really see that happening in New York. Because if people just be honest and be like, yo, we can't take the migrants, people are going to say you're racist. Even though that's an honest statement and a real thing. Like, we have our own people here that we cannot take care of. Why are we bringing more people in order for us to take care of? We have our own that we can't take care of. If you got a family that got 5 kids and they can only reasonably take care of 2 of the damn kids, but they got 5, are you then gonna allow for them to adopt another child? You just be like, yeah, go adopt this other kid that you can't pay. Are we doing that? You know, I'm assuming we not. I mean, I'm assuming, you know. I don't know. I don't know how you feel. Staten Island is definitely Republican. Yeah, they told them they got to get out of here with that. We don't. We just say whatever bullshit Democrat, come with the Democrat thing, hate Trump. That's it. So all you got to do is say, if you don't root for this, that means you like Trump. They like, what? We don't like Trump. Next thing you know, you voting for getting all men castrated. You voting for that shit. You didn't know. You just heard everybody gotta hate Trump. That's it. Oh man, if we vote for this thing, it means we hate Trump. Voting for it. You voted to get all men castrated. And they're like, well, it's my turn to get castrated, but I hate Trump, so you know I had to vote that way. People be bananas, fam. I don't like Trump either, fam. But I don't want our kids to be switching genders. I don't like Trump either, but I don't want our kids switching genders. I don't like Trump either, but I don't think the police should just be able to come to your crib, or any government agency should just be able to come to your crib and just decide that you got to go away. I don't think none of that shit is fair. I'm not here for none of that. I don't like any of that. I'm not here for that. That's the shit the Democrats is trying to do. But I swear the Republicans is trying to hurt you. Yeah, they all trying to probably hurt you. But the Democrats are the ones that want you locked up and in jail. And I kept telling y'all that. Nobody believes me. The Democrats are the ones that want us locked up. Okay, so why are all the worst, the cities with the most violence, crime, and everything else, why is it always in Democratic states? Why are they always democratically run cities? Tell me where the lies at, man. Tell me where the lies at. White people look at our communities and they be like, yo, it's just crime over there. And then they like, black people are savages. Well, no, that's not necessarily what's going on. But that's what it looks like. No, that's not what's going on. There's something else going on. But that's what it looks like. Because they might be in their community, and their community might have whatever the bullshit that's going on. But it's not like the shit that's happening in these democratically ran cities. The shit that's happening in these cities that's ran by Democrats is fucking bonkers. Did y'all see? Have y'all seen Philly? Have you seen Philly? And they said that drug came from LA. They might be literally just trying to kill those people out there. That's why that drug out there on those streets, they just decided they wanted to kill everybody. Somebody did. Let's see how long it's going to take for us to exterminate this percentage of a population, or what percentage of this particular community could we exterminate with this drug, and how long is it going to take? Let's forget it. You can lead a horse to water, fam. You can lead a horse to water. King Will says, yo, Trump definitely has flaws, but he wasn't a terrible president. Nah, he wasn't. I'm sorry, but Biden is incompetent and doesn't have our people's best interests. Biden is one. So this is what I think is going on. I don't think Biden is in charge of anything. Have you seen him talk? By the way, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm agreeing with you, by the way. I don't think Biden is in charge of anything. You seen that old dude? He can't even remember what seat he's supposed to sit in, where he's supposed to stand. He can't even remember these things. How is he creating policy? What y'all should really be concerned about is he's the president. I mean, he's in charge of the armed forces. You ever had a drunk uncle that was walking around with a loaded gun? I don't know what to tell you. We all have flaws, man. That's why I keep trying to tell you. Stop paying attention to the people that just want to talk about the flaws, their adversaries' flaws. We all have flaws, man. I'm not going to tell you don't like that person because of how terrible that person is. Maybe we should think about how I am in contrast with that person. I might not be the best person in the world, but who is that person? Is that person even trying? I fall short often. I balked on that lady in the street the other day just because she knows some people that I know causes me problems. I probably shouldn't have balked on her. I didn't say anything that was wrong. Everything I said was correct. I mean, for the most part. She was outside one day and she was conducting herself in a wild ass manner with the police, and she did something that was disgusting allegedly, and she spit on the officer. What up, Ken Thomas? Salute. Did I misspell Biden's name? I don't know why you got Biden's name with the asterisk. Did I misspell it? Yeah, so I find it, I kind of feel bad about, I balked on her. But I know who her friends are. And those are the women that's been fucking following me around, fam. So, it is what it is. But sometimes I gotta wait for the person to do the bullshit. King Will says, nah, but I could see how that's problematic. Shout out to the drunk uncle running around with the grip. Not a real shout out, though. You get it. Yeah, you get it. Not a real shout out, though. You get it. You understand what I'm saying? We got a lot of catchphrases over here. I bet you other people be trying to. We have a lot of catchphrases, fam. A lot of catchphrases. If you are enjoying the show, you can always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. We are doing Saloon this morning on the second drop and after. For the second drop and after, we will be doing the Saloon. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. It's kind of chilly outside. I was like, if I did go outside, do I wear a jacket or a coat? Yeah, I was like, if I do go outside, do I wear a jacket or a coat? Like, what the hell? I guess I wear a coat. Like, just, fuck it. Like, no, let's not take the chance. I'm not going to be surprised to see people with coats on outside today. Just being honest with you. Makes sense. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Ken Thompson said Biden. I don't know why he wrote that. Did he write something else and he needed to put an asterisk because it was wrong? I don't see nothing else you wrote, Mr. Ken Thompson. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. Yes, I don't know what that's for. What we doing? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, we got 66 people in here. None of y'all can think of a topic y'all would like to discuss right now? Nobody? I've been in here 2 hours and 18 minutes, y'all. What's the next topic y'all want to discuss? Y'all said y'all wanted me to do longer lives. I'm agreeing to do the longer lives. We're going to have some kind of community, something going on. Y'all want me to do the longer lives? I've been agreeing to do the longer lives and have actually been doing them. Generally speaking, I had our lives to about an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I figured that that's about the longest that we're going to be able to go and keep audience retention with you guys being interested. So I've been trying to do the lives longer, right? Of all the people, YLL. Y'all want to rehab that conversation? I could double back around on that conversation. I think it was just a mistake, fam. As far as with the LL situation is concerned, If you think it is racism, put it in the chat. I'm not shooting at nobody at all over this topic. But if you would think it was racism, put it in the chat. I think it just had a lot to do with he don't know shit about hip hop and rap, man. He don't know nothing about any of that. I think that when he said LL Cool J, they probably had somebody in his ear telling him LL Cool J, right? Reading the script to him. And he didn't know what an LL Cool J was. And then the guy probably said rapper, or he was alerted that it was a rapper. And so he just probably thought it was a young rapper and called him boy. That's what I think. I think it's a better chance that happened than that, he was out there just thinking, I'm just going to be all of the racisms. Because also remember, this guy come from a whole different day and age. How many of y'all got them grandmas and grandpops that they just say the most racist shit, but it's really not racist? Because if they would have said it back in their day and age, nobody would have thought anything of it. It's only racist now. Back then, it was pretty acceptable. So I don't think he meant boy like talking down to him like that. I think he meant boy as in he probably just really thought it was a young rapper. Let's be honest. If it was Travis Scott, nobody would be saying anything. If it was Lil Uzi Vert, nobody wouldn't be saying anything. Right? If it was one of those young drill rappers, which I really don't think he would have been mentioning, but nobody wouldn't be saying anything. Right? If it was Ice Spice and he would have said girl, nobody wouldn't have been saying anything. Right? Yes, I think that's way more racist. Shout out to Ken Thompson. I think that's way more racist when he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I think that's way more. I don't understand how a black person voted for him, man. I don't understand how a black person voted for him. Every time I see a black person and they tell me that they voting for Biden or they voted for Biden, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I look at y'all little sideways. Because I'm like, unless you're a part of the LGBTQ community and you're black, I don't understand why you're voting for this guy. So in the conversation, so he was speaking out about LL Cool J. So he said LL Cool J. You got to hear it yourself. Go listen to it. I can't explain it to you. You have to listen to it yourself. You have to come to your own conclusion. But basically, what it sounded like to me is that he was stumbling over the name LL Cool J because he probably didn't even know what that was. Is that a person, a car? Is it a city? He probably didn't know what the fuck that was. And then after stumbling over the LL Cool J, I think somebody told him it was a rapper. And then at that point is when I think he called him a boy. Because remember, we consider rappers all to be young. I think apparently it's crazy when these older rappers come out with an album. Everybody act like if you older and you trying to rap, like you a loser. So I don't know what to tell you. So I think that there's an element that there could have been more going on there other than him just being racist. But do I think that he's racist? Yeah, I think he's racist though. I just don't think this was a racist movement. I think he's racist. I just don't think that this was a racist movement. With all fairness. Going on 10:30. Anything else y'all want to talk about? And I'm saying this because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm hungry. So I got other shit on my mind. I want to eat. I'm hungry. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Somebody came in here and said, yo, Justin just showed that lady a video where you said she was whatever the hell you said. Yeah, go show her a video of me having an opinion about her. How about that? The fuck? And I didn't say she was a prostitute, I don't think. But she might be. What the fuck do I know? I said she looks like she's a prostitute. Yeah, absolutely. I'll say it again. She's literally on camera. You could come to your own conclusion. You could come to your own conclusion. She's literally on camera. I shouldn't have shouted at her the other day when we was on the street, though. I apologize about that. But no, absolutely. Every single thing I said about that woman, I 100% believe. What the fuck? Got niggas walking around showing people videos of the things that I'm saying. Show them. I don't care. They plan on coming to kill me? The fuck I care. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. See? I don't even want to be here. I already want to get off the live. And then these people pull up. This is usually when I just end the live. Is there anything y'all want to talk about? Because I already want to get off the live. And these guys are here. Y'all guys aren't, a part of the show today. So I don't want to hold you. I give it another minute. See if there's something y'all want to talk about. Then we get up out of here. Yeah, because I want to go. I don't even know what I'm going to eat. No, you good. Shout out to the homie. I don't have nothing going right now. He having a fight over the black voting power? Wow. Trump opposes special counsel's request to gag order. So Trump opposes. So the special counsel has a request for a gag order on the June 6th case. Trump's opposing it. Trump wants the thing televised. Of course, he's going to be opposing of it. Let's read the word for today. Shout out to let's read the word for today. Happy are the people who do what is right, but other people hurt them because of it. The kingdom of heaven belongs to people like that. Matthew's verse 5, line 10. Happy are the people who do what is right, but other people hurt them because of that. The kingdom of heaven belongs to people like that. Amen. Shout out to that. I have no idea what LL has said about this. If I was LL, I wouldn't even comment on this. This isn't nothing for LL to comment on. I mean, he can if he want. What the fuck? But I just don't think this is anything for LL to comment on. That's just my opinion. How I feel about the Nicki Minaj, Cardi, and not Zoo Banger. His name is not Zoo Banger. Is it Zoo Banger? I have no idea if it's Zoo Banger. His name is Zoo. I know him as Zoo. I do not know him as Zoo Banger. As far as I can tell, everybody is saying that looks like it could be. There's a lot of promotional beefing going on right now. There might be some promotional beefing. That might have went a little bit too far and got the courts involved. That might have went a little bit. No, I don't think it's headed to the streets at all. It shouldn't be. I think Nicki Minaj likes to give that energy off, but Cardi B, for the most part, she's not playing around like that. She already got in trouble when she sent those girls allegedly after those others. So I don't think Cardi B is trying to get involved with any of the street BS or bullshit. Not at all. It sounds like promo. It sounds like promo beefing. You know what I'm saying? It's like promo beefing. They're not beefing in a real manner that could hurt either one of the brands. Like, you understand? That's always promo beefing. When you got people beefing and they trying to hurt the other brand, that's not promo beefing. That shit you don't. That's not shit to get involved in. But when you got people beefing, but they not beefing to hurt the other brand, you understand what I'm saying? That's usually promo beefing. Like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are out there speaking about how the other one is trash at whatever the other one does. They're beefing about a whole different thing. It's promo beefing. Get it? They're not trying to stop each other's money. They're not trying to stop each other's check. They're not trying to prevent each other from eating. Those are the type of beefs you could go back and forth with people on. You know, go back and forth with somebody that's beefing with you on that level. You know what I'm saying? It's when they trying to do all the other weirdo shit that it's you can't work with them. Can't work with those guys. Shout out to not gonna call the name, but shout out to all of the sponsors uh, that have pulled up and have been very supportive. Like we're here. Um, I think the best thing that actually works out for me with this particular sponsor I'm thinking about at the moment is that they were, led astray previously. Somebody said something to them, they didn't know which way to go, and they leaned in that direction rather than leaning in this direction. And now they know the error of their way, or they know that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the error of their way because they were just being cautious. But they understand where the other people were just lying and being hurtful and vengeful or just fucking shit up. And they realized that they actually didn't necessarily benefit from taking the other people's side or doing the thing that they wanted them to do. They didn't necessarily benefit. So shout out to that, because they not only pulling up with an explanation, but they also pulling up with support. They putting their money where their mouth is. Shout out to King Will, because we agree Drake is super sensitive. He got upset at Charlamagne for saying last week his last single isn't his best work. Somebody criticized his work, and he felt a way about it. He has a right. If Charlamagne has a right to criticize his work, he has a right to be, feel a way about the criticism. Since when do we live in a world where people can't feel a way about a critical remark made about them? Like, this is a weird world that we live in, where if somebody criticizes you, you have to accept it, even if you believe that it has no merit. I'm assuming he doesn't believe it has any merit. So therefore he's upset. I don't get it. Like, if somebody criticizes you and you do not believe that it has merit, you should be able to be upset over it. Why not? Somebody criticizes you and you have merit, you should be able to be upset at it. Why is their feelings more valid than yours? Why is Charlamagne's feelings more valid than Drake's? Because if you're saying Charlamagne has the right to express his feelings, saying that he doesn't care for it, and Drake doesn't have the right to express his feelings, how he feels about what Charlamagne said, why is Charlamagne's feelings more important than Drake's? I think we just live in a period of time where people are actively going with the narrative that some people's opinions just matter more than others. I don't think that's fair. That means that the minority could be in control of the majority, which is literally what's happening with the democratic process that we have currently in our country with the Democrats running things. The majority is telling them, the minority is telling the majority what the majority can and can't do. Oh, yeah, Ken Thompson says the whole era is super sensitive. Basically, if you are enjoying any aspect of the show, you can pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. We might come back later. I've actually been enjoying a little bit of the back end of this conversation, but I think I need to get something to eat. I think I'm hungry. We should be back later. I've been doing shows in the middle of the day. I did a show in the middle of the day yesterday. I actually like the middle of the day show yesterday. I think we started it around 2. Um, I think I'm gonna be doing another one of those today. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm not 100% sure, Ken Thompson. Um, I don't know. I was waiting to see was anybody gonna pull up to the Cash App and or the Super Chat, and then I would be able to better ascertain exactly when I was gonna be back. To be honest with you, I have been determining how soon we were gonna come back every day recently, due to how much support we've been getting over the Super Chat, PayPal, and comments. So on days that we get a lot of comments, I might know that the show runs longer. On days that you guys are, commenting a lot, the show runs longer, whether you realize that or not, so far. And on days where there's less comments, the show generally is shorter. Um, and also yesterday, we actually came back early yesterday at about 2 because when we was going off, we got a drop from Russell White. So Russell White did a drop right before we got off. And generally, I don't like getting off right before a drop. But we were already signing out. We had went to the store. We copped some stuff from the store, so we was already on the go. So that's just what it was. But generally speaking, I don't like getting off the live like right after a drop. I like to extend it. Maybe depending on how much the drop is, I'll extend it further. So we came back early yesterday, like around 2, because we got off right when the drop happened. Um, just so we could be clear about that. So yeah, participation is always going to determine certain things. That's because you don't know what I'm doing when I'm not on live. You understand what I'm saying? So I got other things that I have to do also. So I move things when need be. With that being said, sometimes I need just peace. But yesterday wasn't a needing peace day. Yesterday was a day I was doing something else. And I'm going to be doing a couple of things today also. And that's another reason why we're getting off, when we're getting off, basically. So I'm going to be doing, I was about to put this because we're going to be doing some things today. And I actually need to speak to a couple of people. And I might have somebody in town that I might have to run into today. It's supposed to be, is it today or tomorrow? I'm not 100% sure. But I might have to actually run into somebody today. So that's another reason why we're getting off the live early. I need to make a couple of calls and I need to make a couple of texts and shit like that. But we should be back as soon as I get everything ascertained exactly what it is. And I gotta put an hour and 40 minutes to the side because I gotta watch a thing apparently. So yeah, so also gotta watch a thing. So I'm gonna highlight y'all. Everybody, just have a blessed day. We're gonna try to get back soon. We'll see. Maybe around 2 or 3. It depends. Maybe around 4, because 4 is usually the time we're shooting for. We just went 2 yesterday because the drops came right at the end of the live. But 4 is usually around the time I'm shooting for, around 4:30. With that being said, everybody just have a blessed day. Go out there, do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. That's all I got on this one. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one.